Hello everyone, Brian Harvey back once again. And I think it's quite important as well because I've been having a look at the photograph of supposed Liam being picked up through the lobby. And I found some quite interesting stuff which I want to show you. So what I done was I looked online and I typed in tools for analysing fake photographs. And obviously the photograph that I've been looking at is this one. And if I can just zoom in a bit, I thought, because some things don't look right on here, yeah? But what this will show you, what I'm going to show you next, is where points in this photograph, which I've dragged straight out of the mainstream press, and uploaded it into a photo analysing tool called Forensically. Now, there's a couple of them out there. There's a couple of these photo analysing tools out there. There's quite a few, but I typed in what are the best. And the one that said that it came up the best is one that's called Forensically. Have a look on Google, search for it yourself, drag these pictures that they're showing you straight off of the media, and it's going to show you some interesting artifacts in the picture. Also, I'd like to mention that on my TikTok, the video has now been restored. They don't think they've restored the sound. No, they haven't restored the sound on the Christmas song. So if you do want to hear that, you'll have to go over and have a listen to it on YouTube. And this video that I'm about to upload, maybe they're letting them go through on TikTok because they are going up on YouTube successfully. But anyway, that's not the point. So what I want to get to is, so we're talking about this picture here, right? So I've dragged this straight out of the mainstream media, pulled it onto the desktop. So this is the picture. So now, when I put the same picture into a program called Forensically, which is this here, which apparently is one of the best, when we look at the picture, these are all the points. When it draws a straight line between 2 points, both of those points are the same. And this has analysed the photograph and found all of the cloned points in the photograph. Now, I've said that there's been manipulation going on in these photos, and there is. I mean, even up here, for example, if you look at the two pillars either side of the front door, you can see this long line drawn straight across here. You can see that this area here within this square has been cloned for over here. I don't know why, possibly because of reflections. Also, if you look at the car door over here, I mean, they've even gone as far as to put the glare which is on the car door down here on the floor. Now, it's going to be very faint, but this is how far that they've gone with their cloning points. So you can see them all there. Okay, even there's some around the edge of the door here, so you can see these 3 points here. These, so that part of the door there, the straight, the same over here on the straight, and the same down here on the straight. Those 3 points are all clones. When it draws a straight line between 2 points, they are copies of another point. Same over here on the floor. You've got a straight line over here to a bit over here. And this is where they've cloned a cluster of pixels, of points. And they've really gone in on this photograph, I've got to say. So these are all of the clone points. Now, why would they be there if they haven't been manipulating these photographs? I ask you. Why would they be there? And then also, when the levels are different, when something is brighter in something called ELA analysis, which is called, I can't remember what it's called. This is the second best one, photo forensics. So when you look at the two images together there, the lighter parts of this image will be the parts that are wrong. So it's like I said, Liam's been cut out of another picture and put in that. And even, I would say, as far as behind here, behind the curtains with these lighter parts. Yeah? They've really gone in on these pictures, I've got to say. They really have gone in. But there is no getting around that. So the pictures have been manipulated. Whether anyone wants to believe it or not, there it is. Now, why would you have to do that if that's a genuine photograph? Which I didn't believe in the first place, because the security cameras weren't meant to be working. This is clearly an image which looks like it's taken from up above, which would be above the reception desk, which is opposite the front door. But they've even gone in and, look, I mean, lines in between lines. Where they draw a straight line, that's the same cluster of pixels being copied over to another place. So if that photograph is genuine from the security cameras, which wasn't meant to be working, then why are all them clone points in there? And that's straight out of our mainstream media. And also, I did look at Tanya's video where she said about the timestamp, and there appears to be 10 seconds in between that timestamp, which is 1654, and the timestamp of the other picture where it appears he's being taken to his hotel room. There's 10 seconds in between. Now, either they've got really fast lifts, and also it doesn't look like it's the same group of people in that other blurred photograph where he appears to be taken to his room. Now, what I'm going to say is I don't believe he was ever in this hotel. And I'll tell you why. Yeah, I believe there is another hotel, and that is called, it's another Casa Sur Recoleta. Casa Sur Recoleta Hotel. Now, Tanya showed me photographs of him laying, I think it's this bed, and the photographs of him that I think that he's taken from his laptop appear to show a different coloured wall to this. They show a white wall. This is blatantly a beige wall. Now, it's the same make of hotel, and I believe whatever happened to him, and even the perspective of the outside there, that to me looks like where they would have taken the pictures of where they faked it in the lobby, put him in a similar sort of place, against these curtains, and because of the image that's coming through the curtains, when you look on that one, you can see these lighter areas up here. Now, I believe they've been put in because obviously they've gone in on reflections, example there, reflections from whatever's shining off of the car onto the wooden floor to make this look genuine. So they would have to manipulate the reflection from the hotel lobby, from that angle, in order to make it look genuine that he was there. Because they know that you people out there, you're not silly and you're going to analyse these pictures as much as you can to see discrepancies and whatnot. But I believe, well, you can see it there. The lighter areas of that picture are what have been manipulated. So if you look at what I said there before, where I said they've cut round his leg, round the edge of that sofa, where the levels don't match the rest of the picture, that's where they would have cut him out and put him in. And all that to do was take a photograph of the lobby, possibly, well, because that chair's coming up so light and he's coming up so light, that chair wouldn't have been there, or him, when they took the picture over that counter in the lobby. And then obviously that chair that he's in, I believe they would have put that in a room like this, next to a window like this, yeah, to keep the light looking as natural and as the same as possible. And that's why you've kind of got this kind of image coming through the curtains, yeah. But they would have manipulated that as well and made that look like it's the reflection in the mirror, because as you've seen from the other picture, they're very much about getting the reflections right from the car. But these are clone points. There's no getting around that. There's no getting around that. So what I believe happened, that maybe Liam was staying in another Casa Sur hotel, because this one is in Buenos Aires as well. I reckon he was attacked there, sustained some kind of a head injury at the back, and moved him in the night to another Casa Sur hotel, which is why I believe, my view, there is no footage of him checking in, and why they've had to fake these lobby photographs so extensively. I mean, missing legs, claw hands. This is what I believe. I believe he was attacked in another one of these hotels, and because they own a chain of these hotels, which they clearly do, this one's in Buenos Aires as well, they moved him in the night, brought him to that hotel. Why would they do that? Well, whatever happened to Liam, I believe he sustained a head injury in one of these rooms in the other hotel, right? Which, how close it is to his friend's house that he was staying in after Kate went back, I don't know. But maybe he would get a hotel quite close to his friend's house. Now, I believe whatever's happened to him has happened to him in one of these other hotels, because who knows, in a storeroom they may have the same furniture. They may have drove that settee over in the middle of the night when no one was about over to this other hotel, if they didn't have copies of that there, because the decor looks like, well, the bed, the headboard and everything is all the same. So they obviously have the same furniture throughout their Casa Sur hotels. But it wouldn't be a hard thing to do, just to bring one of those sofas over, set it up in that room, and on first daylight, take the photos of him with his laptop, yeah, next to those curtains, and then take a photograph of the lobby without that chair in it at first light, bring that over, and then take the photograph of him in this room where I believe he was unalive at that point. Take the photograph and then edit him into the picture, which would support him being in the lobby, because they really need to show that he was in the lobby. The one of him by the lift where they're saying he had his laptop in his hand, that's not a laptop. And I find it very strange that the girl is in HD. She's only showing half of her face. There's one eye reference there. I'm sorry, but there is. And then he's very grainy in the background. Now, the picture wouldn't come out like that. And there's also no light reflection from the orangey round bulbs that are next to the lift. Yeah, it's not reflecting on him. And the shadow that they've put on the wall, it's got a hole in it. And there's nothing in the shape that he appears to be standing in now to warrant that shadow. So I believe he was unalived somewhere else. In another hotel. And I believe it was in another hotel because to stage photographs with him on that white chair, well, that would need to be in-house in order to do that. And this other Casa Sur hotel is in Buenos Aires. So I believe this has happened to him somewhere else, and they've moved him in order to get around the fact that there's DNA everywhere. There's blood everywhere. And how are we going to account for a head wound? Well, we're going to need to say that he fell from the balcony. And that's what I believe. And I believe that that picture shows that he has been cut out because of the level difference. Error level analysis, that's called. Error level analysis. And that one is in photo forensics, where I've pulled the picture in. So I believe they've took a picture of him in a hotel room like that, which is why there's discrepancies in the wall colour. In some of the pictures, the wall's white. In some of the pictures, the wall's beige. In this other hotel, same headboard, same bed, but beige walls. So I believe they set it up in a room like that. And you can disagree all you want, but there are many, many clone points on that picture where he just happens to be blurry, and the cameras weren't meant to be on, so now all of a sudden they're on, and we're catching a lobby picture of him, because that is from the lobby up above on one of the cameras that they've got up now. So yeah, I believe this whole thing's staged, and I'm not going to change my view on that. And they can show all the blurry pictures that they want. It doesn't add up. And neither does the timeline of him being taken up to his room. As Tanya's pointed out, So in 10 seconds, he's gone from there to his room. Well, they must have really fast lifts. And plus, this is 10 seconds before. No, the one outside the room is 10 seconds before this. So it doesn't make any sense. 10 seconds. Are you joking? Are you joking? And where's the 15 people in the lobby? I don't believe... I don't know if that's supposed to be Brett Watson there to the right with the black lady who was holding the bottle. But they look like they've been added in, to me. They look like they've been added in. And there's been serious manipulation on these photographs, when really they could just quash the whole thing and show us video footage of him checking in, because the cameras would have been working that day. Where's the laptop? Where's the hat? Where's the bag? Where's the watch at this point? And why are you blurring out his face? Because... you know, according to these people, he's convulsing and he's not dead at this point. And plus, you wouldn't take him back up to his room. You'd call an ambulance there and then. You'd put him on that couch over there and you'd call an ambulance and you'd sit with him. That's what you'd do. That's why none of this sits right. And all of these fake photographs, see-through legs, claw hands, all of it, blurry footage of him coming out of a lift where we just can't see. We can't make out any details. Photographs of him shot from behind. Manipulated photos by the lift. His hair's too long. All of a sudden he's got a jacket on. Well, where's the jacket now? It's lies, people. I'm sorry, but that is my opinion. And that ain't going to change. So I thought that was important information. And, yeah, thanks for watching. And we'll see if this video gets taken down off of TikTok. But it's going straight up on YouTube now. So if anyone wants to see it, it's going to be up there. All right? Take care, everyone. Bye.